Hello everyone. Today we are going to take the topic from statistics. We are going to cover three important topics from statistics. So number one topic is arithmetic mean, number two standard deviation, and number three coefficient of variation. We are going to take the concept of all these three topics in detail, followed by certain examples based on these topics. All these topics comes under the category of statistics. So let us take first topic, and that is arithmetic mean. It is also called as average. Important point to be noted, in statistics, variable can also be called as variate. So understand the definition. Consider variate x which takes n values. Then its arithmetic mean means x bar is given by. So x bar is a standard letter to denote mean of all values of x. So arithmetic mean is equal to x bar. What we have to do? We just have to add all the readings. x1 plus x2 plus dash up to xn. Divide by total number of readings means n. Important point to be noted, small n is a standard letter to denote total number of readings. We can have different definition of arithmetic mean based on given data. Let us take number 2. If data is given in the form of frequency distribution, then its arithmetic mean is given by x bar is equal to, that is summation of fx upon summation of f. Now to reduce down the calculation, we can use the concept of shift of origin, and we have to do the substitution, that is u is equal to x minus a upon h. The meaning of capital A is that it is assumed mean, and h is nothing but differencing interval, or we can say that difference between two consecutive values of x, or we can say width of class interval if the data is given in terms of class interval. Now we can see what is the formula. So a is assumed mean and h is width of class interval or difference between two consecutive values of x. Let us see formula now. U bar is equal to summation of fu upon f. So when we convert x in terms of u, we have to find out first u bar. And now we can convert that u bar in terms of x bar. Which substitution was there? U is equal to x minus a upon h. If you convert x into x bar and u into u bar, we get x bar is equal to h into u bar plus a. And therefore, we can write down x bar is equal to a plus h as it is, and now replace u bar by summation of fu upon summation of f, where summation of f means total frequency and summation of f into u means here we have to multiply frequency with individual reading of u. How to use this? We'll see that when we solve the example. Above formula is useful only when data is consistent, means h is constant. Difference between two consecutive values of x must be same, must be constant. Now let us take number 4. Now if data is not consistent, means difference between two consecutive values of x is not same, then in that case we can do the substitution. D is equal to x minus a. Here there is no h. Now we can have a d bar is equal to summation of fd upon f, same concept, and we have to convert d bar into x bar. So x bar is equal to a plus d bar, or we can say that x bar is equal to a plus summation of fd upon summation of f. So these are the various formulas regarding arithmetic mean or average. One more important point, summation of f can also be denoted by capital N. Remember that capital N is a standard letter for the total frequency and small n is a standard letter to denote total number of readings. So do not have any confusion in that small n and capital N. So total frequency. Let us take now joint mean. Joint mean means it is mean of two different variates. So let x and y be two variate. Let n1 and n2 be the total frequencies of x and y respectively. Then the joint mean of x and y is denoted by symbol z bar, and which is equal to n1 into x bar plus n2 into y bar upon n1 plus n2, where x bar is equal to summation of f into x upon n1 and y bar is equal to summation of f into y upon n2. So this is called as joint mean when two variates x and y are given. Now let us take new topic, and now name of the topic is standard deviation. Whenever we find out any average, standard deviation is very important, and value of standard deviation must be sufficiently small compared to average. Then only we can say that average is correct or average is good average. For example, if we are having average of 75 marks, 75% with standard deviation of 22%, then what it means, in some examination we get 53%, in some examination we get 97%. So there is a huge difference, and whenever standard deviation is very large, then average cannot be considered as a good average. So if you say that average is 75% with standard deviation 22, then 75% is not a good average because standard deviation is very large. And that's why whenever we find out arithmetic mean, it is important to find out standard deviation, and it is denoted by this symbol which is pronounced as sigma. So number one, let variate x takes n values x1, x2, xt, right up to xn. Then sigma is equal to under root of 1 upon n summation of x square minus x bar square. Remember, whenever we talk about small n, it means total number of readings are to be considered. There is no question of frequency distribution. Number two, we can take when data is given in the form of frequency distribution, then sigma is equal to same formula, but now it is 1 upon n summation of fx square minus, we know formula of x bar from last topic, summation of fx upon n whole square. It is nothing but x bar. Now number three, we can take if data is consistent in the form of frequency distribution, we can go for substitution. That is, u is equal to x minus a upon h, and in that case sigma is given by this formula. Now there will be h outside the root, 1 upon n summation of fu square minus summation of fu upon n whole square. So in this manner we have to take the formula of sigma when it is converted in terms of u. Now if data is not consistent, then what is the formula? We will see. Here value of u is given, that we know very well, x minus a upon h. So let us take number 4. If data is not consistent, now we convert the example in terms of d, as we know from last topic. So sigma is equal to, now there is no question of h, and that's why h is not present. Same formula of under root is there, only difference is that u is replaced by d, where d is equal to x minus a only. So these are the formulas of standard deviation to be used. Now let us take one important definition, that is of variance. Square of standard deviation is called as variance, and it is denoted by this VAR. So variance of x is given by sigma square. Sigma is always less than x bar, as I told you at the start of this topic. Number 6 now, coefficient of variation, which is nothing but CV. Formula of CV we can see sigma upon arithmetic mean into 100. This is called as coefficient of variation, which is always represented in terms of percentage, and that's why multiplied by 100 is given. For comparison of two data, least value of CV shows that more consistency and greater value of CV shows that more variability. You can have example of this type when the data of two batsmen are given and the question is find out which batsman is more consistent. How we can find out? By finding out CV. If CV is less, then that particular batsman is more consistent. Now, variability and consistency are opposite of each other, and therefore, if the value of consistency, if the value of CV is more, then we say that it is more variable or more variability, and if the value of CV is less, then we can say that it is having more consistency. Now we are going to take examples based on this topic. Let us take examples. Number 1, calculate the coefficient of variation for data given below. So let us see, this is the question. Data is always given in the form of this horizontal table. Whenever we solve the example, we are supposed to convert this data in the form of vertical table. So let us see the solution and we will prepare the data. Now to find out the coefficient of variation, what do we need? We need arithmetic mean and we need standard deviation. So let us see, serial number we can take. First one, we can write down this data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as per given. Then next, second we can take now x. Write down the values of x as it is 36, 15, 25, 10 and 14. Here we can see that values of x are varying with difference. That's why there is no question of any substitution. We are going to do it directly. Now next, we need to find out total value of x, that is 100. You can have an addition using calculator. Then next column, if you observe the formula of standard deviation, we need summation of x square, and that's why here we are going to take x square. So let us have a square of every term one by one. Square of 36 is 1296, 15 square is 225, square of 25 is 625, square of 10 is 100, square of 14 is 196. And then we have to add all these values to get summation of x square. So summation of x square is 2442. Now to find out coefficient of variation, let us find out first arithmetic mean and standard deviation. So we have to use these values. So arithmetic mean formula is known to us, summation of x upon n. So 100 upon 5, small n means total number of readings. 5 readings were given. So it is 20. And now let us take formula of standard deviation. Sigma is equal to under root of 1 upon n summation of x square minus x bar square. X bar means arithmetic mean. So that is equal to 1 upon 5, 2442 minus 20 square. Simplify that using calculator. So we get 488.4 minus 20 square, that is 400. And therefore 88.4 under the root, and we get standard deviation sigma is equal to 9.40 after taking the root of this 88.4. Let us have a formula of CV. CV is equal to sigma upon arithmetic mean into 100, and therefore we can write down final answer just by taking the ratio 9.42 upon 20 multiplied by 100, and therefore we get coefficient of variation as 47%. Since we are multiplying by 100, our answer will be in terms of percentage. X bar not a good average. As I told you earlier, here we can see that coefficient of variation is quite large. In other words, when the average is 20, standard deviation is 47, standard deviation is 9.440. So very high value is there, and that's why it cannot be considered as a good average. Let us take example number 2. Fluctuations in aggregate of marks obtained by two groups of students given below. Find out which of the two shows greater variability. How we can find out variability? Just by finding out coefficient of variation. So here group A and group B are given. This is not given in terms of frequency distribution. We can see that values are very large, as well as total number of the students are 15. So if you do direct calculation, 518 square, 519 square, this calculation will be quite tedious. And that's why we are going to use another concept. This can be converted in terms of frequency distribution. How it can be done? Let us see. We will start with group A. So let us take group A. So let us take the solution. For sake of convenience, this group A is written over here as it is from the question. So we are going to prepare data in the form of frequency. How it can be done? Let us understand. So group A, first of all, we'll assume that as X. Then let us write down this 518, 519. We'll write down everything in sequence. After 19, we can see that which is the next term, that is 527. After that, 528, then 529. Then observe that next term is 530 is also present. After 530, 531 is also there over here, 531. After 531, we can observe that directly we are having 542. After 542, next term is 544. Next term is 550. So these are the values we have written over here in ascending order from 518 to 550. Now here we are going to convert that in terms of frequency distribution in this manner. Frequency means number of repetition. Let us see that 518 is repeated for how many times? 518 is present as the first reading, as well as it is present over here. It means that it is repeating for 2 times. Now 519. We can see 519 here only once, means frequency is 1. Observe that 527. 527 are there, means 2 times. 528. 528 is the last reading, means it is repeating only once. 529, observe that is second last reading, only once. Now 530. So you can see that 530, third reading and fourth reading, 2 times. 531. So 531 we can see after 527 it is present only once. 542, here we can see only once. 544, again we can see only once. And now see 550. How many times it is being repeated? Here 550 is present. Here it is 550. Here also 550. It means that it is repeated for 3 times. Now next is we have to find out capital N, means total frequency, that is 15. 15 means total number of students were given as 15. Next. Now next one is we have to use the concept of D. Why? Because data is not consistent. So we can assume the value of A. You can assume approximately middle value. You can assume 529, 530, 531, whatever we want. Final answer is always same. It is totally irrespective of that assumed mean. Here we have assumed that as 530. So D is equal to X minus A. So we are going to prepare the reading of D. How it can be done? 518 minus 530, because value of A we have chosen as 530. So that comes to be minus 12. 519 minus 530 minus 11, 527 minus 530 minus 3, 528 minus 530 minus 2, 529 minus 530 minus 1, 530 minus 530 0, 531 minus 530 plus 1, 542 minus 530 12, 544 minus 530 14, 550 minus 530, that is 20. So we have to prepare this D. We don't need to add this term, so we are not going to do addition there. Let us take next one, and next one is F into D. Means we are going to multiply these two columns to each other to write down the reading of F into D. 2 into minus 12, minus 4, 24, 1 into minus 11, minus 11, 2 into minus 3, minus 6, 1 into minus 2, minus 2, 1 into minus 1, that is minus 1, 2 into 0, that is 0, 1 into 1, that is 1, 1 into 12, that is 12, 1 into 14, that is 14, and 3 into 20, that is 60. Now we need addition of this. So we can use calculator to find out the addition of this particular column. So that addition comes to be 43. Now we need one more column. In standard deviation, we require summation of F into D square. So here summation of F into D square means we have to make a square of this term and then we have to multiply by 2. For that you may require calculator. Square of minus 12 is 144. 144 into 2 is 288. Square of minus 11 is 121. 121 into 1 is 121. Square of minus 3 is 9. 9 into 2 is 18. Minus 2 square is 4. 4 into 1 is 4. Minus 1 square is 1. 1 into 1 is 1. 0 into anything is 0. 1 square into 1 is 1. 12 square into 1 is 144. 14 square into 1 is 196. 20 square is 400. 400 into 3 is 1200. In this manner, we have to prepare the table. Then let us do the addition. It is 1973. And after getting this capital N as 15, summation of FD as 43, and summation of FD square as 1973. Let us take now formula of arithmetic mean. X bar is equal to A plus D bar. It means that A plus summation of FD upon N. So X bar is equal to 530. We are assume capital A as 530 plus 43 upon 15. Calculate this. So we get final answer of X bar as 532.867. Let us write down now formula of standard deviation in terms of D. Summation of FD square into 1 upon N minus summation of FD upon N whole square inside the root. So put all the values from earlier table and then calculate this properly. We get sigma as 11.10. And if you want to find out variability, we need to find out CV. So CV is equal to formula arithmetic sigma upon arithmetic mean into 100, and therefore 11.10 upon this 532.87 into 100. So answer is 2.083. We can do the comparison of group A with group B. So now we have to calculate CV for group B as well using exactly same concept. Let us take now group B. So same data is given here. Let us take the solution for group B. Again we can assume X for that. Again it is raw data. We have to convert that in terms of frequency distribution. Observe that minimum value is 814. So write down again everything in terms of ascending order like group A. So 814, 819, write down all the readings one by one. You can observe readings over here. So write from least value 814 to highest value, which seems to be 844. So these are the values of X. Now we have to write down number of repetitions means frequency. See that 814 being repeated for twice. So it is equal to 819, which is present as the fourth reading over here only once. 825, which is the first reading, that is once. 826, we can observe here only once. 830, second and third reading, so 2. 832, we can see over here, so it is only once. 835, it is repeated for 2 times, so that is equal to 2. 840, last 2 readings, so that is 2. 842, we can observe 842, 842 means 2. And 844 is present over here, that is only once. So we need to find out summation of f means capital N, it must be equal to 15. So let us add this and check that whether it is 15 or not. It should be 15. Now we have to do the substitution. Again observe that like group A, data is not consistent. So no question of concept of U. We have to use concept of D. So D is equal to X minus A. Now we can assume value of A, 830, 832, 835, whatever we want. I have taken 835, 832 rather. So 832 is A and X values are there. So we have to do the subtraction of X minus A. 814 minus 832 minus 18. 819 minus 832 minus 13. 825 minus 832 minus 7. 827 and 26 minus 832 minus 6. Then next will be minus 2. Next will be 0. Next will be now plus 3. Next will be 8. Next will be 10. And last one is 12. No question of adding this. Now let us take next one, F into D. We have to multiply column number 2 and column number 3 to each other. That is FD. So 2 into minus 18, minus 36, minus 13, minus 7, minus 6, minus 4, 0. 2 into 3, 6, then 16, then 20, and then 12. Add this. That is summation of F into D, which comes to be minus 12. And now one more column we require. That is summation of FD square. So here we are going to write down F into D square. So we have to square this term and then multiply by 2. So minus 18 square into 2, that is 324 into 2, 648. Square of minus 13 is 169 into 1, 169. Minus 7 square is 49, 49 into 1 is 49. Minus 6 square is 36, 36 into 1, 36. Minus 2 square is 4, 4 into 2 is 8. Next must be 0. 3 square is 9, 9 into 2, 18. 8 square is 64, 64 into 2, 128. 10 square is 100, 100 into 2, 200. 12 square is 114, 144 rather, into 1, that is 144. Do the addition using calculator of this and we get summation of FD square as 1400. And after that, we are going to use the formula of X bar, arithmetic mean, and standard deviation sigma. So we have to use this n equal to 15, summation of FD as minus 12, and summation of FD square as 1400. So formula of X bar, that is A plus D bar, because we have replaced X in terms of D, so again we have to convert that in terms of X bar. So here A plus summation of FD upon N. Value of A we have assumed as 832. Summation of FD it was minus 12 upon 15. Do the calculation so that we get X bar as 831.2. And then sigma is equal to under root 1 upon N summation of FD square minus summation of FD upon N whole square. Substitute all the values. N is 15. FD square is 1400 minus of minus 12 whole square upon 15, and then we can see that answer comes to be 9.627. Coefficient of variation we need to find out. Formula, coefficient of variation sigma upon arithmetic mean into 100. So substitute the values. So we get 9.627 upon 831.2 into 100. and the coefficient of variation is 1.158%. And now we can see the comparison of group A and group B. Coefficient of variation of group A is greater than group B, and therefore we can say that group A shows more variability or greater variability compared to B. So this is all about the concept of arithmetic mean, standard deviation, and coefficient of variation. Thanks a lot.